game number 2.
And
Probably going to
checkpoint
be...
looks like it's not checked again, so
Yeah.
they're gonna get that spot.
Yeah, they'll go uncontested in checkpoint yet again. We do have 2 teams dropping into this hot zone. And they, you know what? I respect Team 30, Need 301. Jenner kind of leading this team into battle, and they did not back off of their landing spot. Even though Gwen, Nadia, and Kamor were the team to take them down in game number 1, they did not opt out of game number 2. I do believe we had a little server spike right there.
I was about to say, oh no.
Players are going to be able to recover from that super quickly. One of my favorite things about Apex, anytime there's like a little bit of a server bug, it normally kind of corrects itself super quick, and we don't have to worry about it for the rest of the day.
Perfect. Yeah, look like we're flowing now. I'm not seeing anything, and this would be interesting because earlier we saw Gwen was super aggressive. So if there's another team here, they might be right back at it again.
Yeah, they very well could be. Just giving this 1 second. It looks like a couple of the player names weren't lining up correctly, so I do want to make sure those are correct before I finalize scores on the website. But, as mentioned, currently sitting in first place is going to be Team Stars, 23 points to their name. An amazing game 1, 12 points for placement. So, I mean, they've done the work. They know what it takes to win the games here on Stormpoint. There is only one more game on Stormpoint before we move over to World's Edge. But not a bad way to start. And considering we have a $250 prize pool, thanks to MPIRE, thanks to Tunda's beautiful finance team, it's going to be a great day to earn a couple bucks playing some Apex Legends.
Right. I mean, free to enter. You can walk away with some money. Hey, I like it.
It's not too bad. 150 bucks for first, $100 for second. That's a great day playing Apex in my book.
I like it. Here we go. It looks like they're getting ready for some action.
They do know that Need 301 is close. Kamor's going to pop up, unable to see anything. So she did go into the Bloodhound ult, which actually kind of goes black and white for the rest of the world, but shows those enemies in red. We'll see if she can't get a better example of that. But able to really highlight where those enemies are for her team. Able to put out an additional scan and show, hey, there's 3 hostiles in this area. Another beautiful cleanup from Gwen, Nadia, and Kamor. Able to take down Need 301 yet again on their contested drop point. So we're going to have to see what Need 301 does going into World's Edge. You know, do they put this behind them? Get this out of your head. Regroup as a team. Maybe drop into the firing range for a little bit and, you know, stay warm. Whatever it takes, but make sure your drop spot, you know, you don't want to concede completely, but you don't want to drop right next to Gwen, Nadia, and Kamor again and potentially have this happen and really ruin the next couple games for yourself on the leaderboard.
Yeah, I totally agree. Just from my perspective, like I said, this team has been aggressive, and if you're landing next to them, be prepared to fight.
We actually have a relatively uncontested map here as of right now. You do see another northern circle pull. The wall is going to be in this next one. Cascade Falls is pretty much dead center. Cascade Falls, plenty of different buildings and POIs, as you can see here, all around this area. Some of these buildings have 2, 3, sometimes even 4 levels to hide within. So you pick the right building early on, you could do yourself a favor. But I'll drop on board here with the nice girls, Pretty Bond, Mulvana, and Crest. Going to be moving their
driving
way
in my car.
Now see, this is the Fast and Furious we need. I don't need the new Fast and Furious. I just want this. I'm a simple man. Looks like they're going to make their way. They could potentially be jumping out here. I'm not sure if they're going to... I don't think they were going to go hit that armory. Which is a wise decision to not right now.
Evo shield here.
Just going to kind of play around. They do find another purple Evo shield. Super crucial. You don't have to do any of that damage, and you've already got a purple shield.
And it looks like her teammates need it, so that's a perfect pickup.
I do just want to keep an eye here on Passion. They're actually close to... Team JNY is in one of these armories here. They just completed it, so the armories, Tunda. Let me tell you how cool these are. So you go into these armories, you activate it. It's kind of like a bot from Warzone, except when you kill these guys, they don't really kill you back, which is great.
Nice.
But once you do damage and you complete the round, it actually opens a couple of these bins, and those bins are exclusive to you and the guns you're currently equipped with. so it gives you equipment for the weapons you already have and just makes that equipment even better. Amazing addition to Apex Legends.
That is nice. And then you just get right out of there? Oh my.
Get right out, and it looks like they made actually a good call. My only worry is going to be Las Toxicas sitting just up above them. Now, they could take this cannon out to Zamarag's right, which we're going to do another terrifying face cam. But you can see there, once they jump inside that cannon, that would actually shoot them way over here towards North Pad area, which they're not going to want to be that far over. They do know that there's teams below them. I'm pretty sure they would have heard them come out of that IMC armory.
Yeah, and I wonder if they know that they're there, and they're just going to try and hold off and hold that high ground.
They very well could. We do see Team 15 sitting just inside what we call Jurassic in the industry. There's actually a couple nests right down in there, and they spawn the Prowlers that I was talking about earlier. That they basically just give you extra ammo for your guns, maybe a couple extra heals, things like that. But it's one of these areas where when you're trying to push in, it can be very hard to push in. And if you're trying to get out in a hurry, it's definitely not going to play out in your favor. But good to see them kind of taking Jurassic for the time being and just holding off on that. There's numerous entry points, as you can see. A stage is going to rotate to the side. Ellie might be just keeping them busy. And then Tiato's going to be up in the crypto drone, which you can kind of get an eye on. She does have her ult ready, which will just put out a big shockwave, kind of break shields a little bit. It really helps with the initial break of a fight. So going to be excited to see what takes place here. As you can see, they're going to figure out that drone's there, so they might just want to get rid of that. Tiato's going to push back up inside, call her drone back. And just by doing that, you see she broke one of the players, hit him for 50. Going to miss a couple of those shots. Players kind of, it was a very heads-up play. Very heads-up play from 15 to kind of back up, know what was about to happen. You normally assume when you see a drone come through that there's about to be a fight. And this large black goo wall here, this is going to be from one of the newer legends as well, the Catalyst. And if that is not yours and you run through it, it actually slows you down and kind of blurs your vision a little bit. So super, you want to avoid that as much as possible. Toucan's not going to make it happen. Cutie, the last player standing for Team 15, was able to get it down, but unfortunately not able to clean it up. As we do see Team 15 eliminated, and Capybara moves into Jurassic.
Guess that was a good call on that drone. They got the positioning, made the move, and here we are.
Yeah, they kind of read what was going to happen. It was a heads-up play. No question. We do see Team Passion, it looks like they might be... I don't know if they were in a fight or potentially just engaging. We'll jump on board this team here. It actually looks like Pretty Bond Girl and her co have come in from behind. Who I believe is Las Toxicas. They do have 2 down, only 1 player left standing. And that should be it for the Las Toxicas. Pretty Bond, Mulvana came in, cleaned up, and they've got 3 kill points on the board to show for it. And here, we are going to have Team EOS and Lust getting ready to go up against each other. Scarlet Envy's going to fall. Ooh. Renee looks like she could be falling back a touch. Going to be the only player left standing. Renee did fall back. She's going to heal up inside, and it looks like Renee's going to try and move inside, but she's getting third party from up top. There are going to be 4 teams. Here comes Kimor, getting ready to lay down fire from far. Entering as the 4th party, Gwen, Nadi, and Kimor. See, once again, that Bloodhound ult has come in, relaying such valuable information, showing everything from how long ago a player jumped down to how long ago a player healed. Not going to be the building that you want to be inside of.
Not at all. This is about to get crazy.
Beautiful nade comes out. Nia down below, going to drop that Wraith portal. See if she can't get her team out of there. As she gets ready to run right by an enemy Bangalore. Going to try and get behind this tree. A heads-up play from Nia. At least get her team out of dodge. Give them that option. Granted, the enemy can follow you through that portal. Not going to be something you want to do if you don't know where that portal is going to be landing. Renai did push up on Vafe. Vafe does fall. I'm not Sam does fall. Nia sitting underneath, trying to stay alive for her team. Renee did down another one, so Lust is still in the fight right now. Jump on board with Gwen, Kimura, and Nadi. Keeping an eye on what seems to be every team in the lobby converging on this one spot. Here comes another team from down south. You can hear that revive coming through. Good heads-up play from Nadi to just try and shoot. Try and get a couple of those shots in through smoke. You can't really see much of anything right now.
This is unbelievable.
You have Team Lust up here. Unfortunately, they did miss out on Scarlet's banner. So they will be playing as a team of 2 for the time being. But we also saw a team of 2 win game number 1, so you never know. Capybara sitting kind of distant. Is able to pick up that charge rifle. Looks like she has a 4x8 scope on there. She's going to try and zoom in for as much as she can. Maybe take an eye on something with that charge rifle. Do a little bit of damage. She only needs just under 200 now.
Oh, nice.
Red Evo. Great shots out of Ellie. And it does look like Gwen, Nadi, and Kimura were eliminated over here in what I can only call an absolute cluster.
That's what I would call it too.
Pretty Bond chasing another team just outside. Over by landing pad. Beautiful shots come through with a 4x scope nonetheless. Gonna try and hit with brand new Eva 8. It was buffed to sin on this last patch update. And as you can see there, the shots come through. There's a brand new stabilizer on these guns that just look out. That's the best way you can put it.
Oh man, it is a little slide to the right, a little slide, like the electric slide with some shotgun action on there.
That's exactly what it is. How did you know? We do have Team EOS able to stay alive down here in the fifth party situation, but it does look like Ellie has decided, you know what? Capybara's not done. We need a couple more kill points. They do see a couple players. Get them scanned out with the drone. Capybara not going to try and let this team get away. I believe they do know that this is a duo. Going to try and gatekeep them in just a little bit. Ellie did see this player down here to the right. Not sure if she's going to... There we are. Ellie's going to be able to get that down real quick. And there should only be one remaining player from Lust, and that is going to be all that was written. Team Lust in game number 2. 8 squads left. Things are going to start to slow down a little bit more now. As I say that, we get ready to jump into a fight with Winx and Team Chemistry.
Man, you just made it happen. You got to say that more often. We get more fights.
Apparently, that's all it takes. Team Passion, once again, really set up for the long haul here. You got to respect it. You got TSM sitting up in a building as well. You see all these extra blue circles for all the Loba black markets, so the girls can grab as much ammo as they want. Good shots come through from Winx as she drops down onto Ellie. This should be a one clipper out of Lorena. There's going to be some R301 action. Going to try and play that revive shield. Stanner shy. Not taking no for an answer. A beautiful melee. Oh, just like that, we lose to Chemistry and Capybara. I could watch Apex Legends all day long, I tell you. Here comes Sirens getting ready to get part of the action as well. We're not done just yet. Zone 3 closing in quickly. 30 seconds left. Sirens, what do they have? Currently have 3 KP to their name, so not a bad way to start. 3 points just for kills. See what happens as we get ready for this final zone closure. The Sirens are going to move into zone. EOS is going to move into zone.
Looks like EOS is going to run right into Passion.
It would be exactly as expected.
Got ourselves a bandit out there.
Passion just kind of keeping an eyes on everything right now. Giggle Autumn just missing an angle to the right. Still going to be able to hit onto the Sirens, I believe that is. Yes, Sirens. EOS, they saw that fight taking place, and they were like, no, thank you, we'll stay back here. So they are
loving that charge rifle. Get
it's
me
nice.
one of those.
The charge rifle has no drop to it whatsoever, so you can put it across map as long as you're hitting your target. And then the longer, of course, you keep the beam on the player, the more damage it does.
We're going to have to get in some Apex, and I need one of those or one of those Cravers, and it's game on.
I'll drop both just for you.
Oh, sign me up.
You heard it here, chat. You heard it here.
Oh, man.
All right, things are going to play a little bit slower for the time being. I'm just going to update these scores, make sure everyone's all situated quickly before we get ready to drop into game 2 because game 3, excuse me, because game number 2 has just flown by.
Yeah, but this is exciting. Like, I didn't realize how much action goes on. Oh man.
A little bit. There's a little bit that goes on, I tell you. I know that, you know, you and I have our conversations on the side about gaming and just, you know, things in general. But I am not lying to you when I say Apex is one of the most exciting esports right now to watch. One of my favorite esports to watch as well. Ava Lee and TSM getting ready to push in. They do see a couple different players right beneath this cannon. Ava Lee's going to take some damage. Hip fire off the new Nemesis. Not perfect at close range. They do lose Ava. Ava does go down. They do actually full kill Ava. Sab's able to get one. Going to go for the full kill now. And that's going to be, I'm pretty sure, Team Passion. Yes. Team Passion struggling to stay up. Here comes Dopey. Dopey is the one person that could make this happen without doubt. It's going to be the no-scope out of Sabs to try and land. I'm going to throw up if she hits a no-scope right now.
Oh, man.
A beautiful little crouch spam out of Sabs. Controls that. And right now, you just see Team Passion eliminated. You see the Sirens go down as well on their rotation. So it's going to be EOS, TSM.
EOS is coming in.
We've got Team Star, the one team that could make this a 2-for-2 win. Nice Girls do have one down, so we're going to keep an eye on Star. As I just mentioned, they won game number 1, and they could win game number 2.
That would be incredible.
It's a dominant way to start out the day. Looking for a little bit of cover. Going to get that shield battery off for Maxine. They're going to hang out for the time being. Everyone's going to kind of set up here and get ready. TSM is the only team in the next zone. You see here, this next zone, kind of all rock is really the best way to put it. They are going to call in a mobile respawn beacon. They were able to get Ava Lee's banner. They're going to drop the Loba market so that Ava can spawn in, pick up ammo and resources. TSM, they're looking pretty damn good for this final game.
If I'm not mistaken, they can hold that spot and just pick off people coming in.
They can indeed. They can indeed. Excuse me for 1 second while I get usernames updated to the correct usernames.
Don't worry, they're stuck with my commenting while you do that.
Which is going to be beautiful. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a laser there. She shoots with a laser. Looks like EOS is taking a fight. Ooh.
EOS getting ready to push in. They're shooting through the smoke, just looking for shots to land. We do lose Ava Lee. We do see TSM fall as EOS. Should be... This is going to be EOS and Star right here. Star waited to push in to take this third party down. Lucid Gem not able to make it happen. We were just talking about the R99 earlier, how it's so damn powerful.
EOS.
And perfect case example,
That.
EOS. Going to be your Game 2 champions here in the Empire Women's Invitational as we get ready to throw things over to World's Edge. One of my favorite maps. But we will be back in just a few. We'll give you a score update then. We'll drop the scores on Discord for the ladies, and we will see you all soon. All right, we are back with game number 3 of the Empire Women's Invitational. We are getting ready to drop into World's Edge. Tunda, I know it's been a great 2 games so far on Stormpoint. What are your thoughts? What are your takeaways? Maybe something that could have been done a little bit differently at the end of game 2. Any thoughts around really anything so far?
Yeah, so from my perspective, and I'm a noob here, but from my perspective, I'm thinking if Star just moved in a little bit sooner for that third party, it might have been their game. I mean, I don't know. What do you think about that?
I do have to agree. It was kind of a little bit of a later push on their part. You know, they could have come in maybe 15, 20 seconds earlier. Kind of really capitalized on the fight that there was, that was taking place, that third party element. But still a great game. I mean, first lobby, they finished first. Second game, they finished second. They've got plenty of kill points to their name. So I'm only hoping that as we move here into World's Edge, we see kind of those same results out of them. So very, very excited to see what takes place.
Yeah, super excited. And right before we hop over, Star is still holding a 34-point first place. Nice Girls right behind at 27 and EOS at 25 for your top 3 at the moment.
Beautiful. And for those of you watching, scores are being added now to the Boom TV actual leaderboard. So the ladies inside the game, or inside the Discord, will have access to the leaderboards a little bit quicker. But all leaderboards have been updated as of now. See, the Game 2 scores, are uploading currently. So you will have access to those very, very shortly. But as Tunda just said, Team Star leading the way as we drop into game number 3. Get a little bit of an overview here. It does look like Lava Siphon's going to be a touch contested. Not sure if Lust and TSM planned to drop on each other right off the bat into one of the hottest drops in this lobby. But they certainly did, so we'll stay on board Team Lust as they get ready to take on TSM in game number 3, our first game here on World's Edge.
And here we go. Now we got to fight.
So these doors here, that was an interesting strategy out of TSM. You can actually kick those doors down with just 2 kicks. So if each player had kicked once, they could have almost instantaneously blown that door out. Scarlet going to be able to throw down that Lifeline Revive drone. A great push out. They kind of retook that very quickly from TSM. Beautiful plays out of Renee. Takes down Janie and Sabs. And that's going to be it. Renee takes down all 3. There's going to be a little box shooting going on.
Body shots. Okay. Don't come to my spot.
Renee's going to come out of that on top there. There's definitely going to be some chatter in the game chat after this.
Yeah. I like it now. Here we go.
I'm not sure. I'll check real quick. So, okay, Team May. So Team May actually dropped over here in staging with Kimura, Gwen, and Nadi. It was an interesting choice to kind of drop down in here into a POI. I feel like Nadi, Gwen, and Kimura have done a great job kind of making this their POI, at least in the, the games that I've watched them in the competitive sense. So dropping into that, it might not have been the play that they were looking for, but if you're looking at a map this big with so many POIs, sometimes you just, I don't know if it's getting overwhelmed or what the case may be. I do it all the time where I'm like, oh, I'm going to drop here, and I end up dropping somewhere totally different just, to freak out or I psych myself out or whatever. But unfortunate to see them fall so early here in Countdown, but they will be back for game number 4. Again, we're only on game number 3. We're just halfway through the Empire Women's Invitational. There's a $250 prize pool up for grabs. I personally went to Tunda's house and stole it out of his piggy bank. So it's going to be great to give this away.
I've been saving that for a long time. You gotta leave my piggy bank alone, pal.
Unfortunately, Mr. Piggy, he gave it to me. I don't know what that was about.
I gotta have a talk with the piggy.
Nothing happening though, just yet. But it does look like Giggle's about to activate the Trials area. Those of you unfamiliar, there's going to be some Prowlers that fall out. There's going to be 3 different waves. And once she completes this, because I know she will, it's going to actually unlock some gold kitting for her. So crucial to see her kind of just, take this for the team. I think I've seen Giggle do this probably the better part of 100 different times, so won't be an issue, whatever. You'll see that tomb open up. There's a little bit of loot, and once you get to that final one, you're pretty much guaranteed a gold helmet. So you want to get that just to help charge your ult a little bit faster.
Okay, cool. Something to remember as well is TSM was sitting right outside the top 3 at the number 4 spot, and with them going out early like that, this may shift them down a little bit.
Very well could. I do see EOS in a fight. I saw Odd pop up in the kill feed, so we'll jump on board with Odd. me running this Hemlock, as it just, unfortunately, I finally started to use this gun. It shoots very similar to a battle rifle in Halo. It's, you know, an M16 in Call of Duty. It's a burst fire gun. Finally started to get used to it, and, you know, really start to pick it up, go out of my way to find it, and now it's in a care package, so I can't even find it on the ground. But it's okay. The game's not made for just me. I understand that.
Oh, we better have a talk with the developers. Come on, man.
We'll send an email.
Yeah.
Craftfully worded email.
Yeah. Let them know. Let them know you are not satisfied.
I think that would literally be my only complaint for this season so far, because I've had so much fun playing the new team deathmatch mode and just, you know, utilizing some of the new legend abilities. Just, you know, the revamp, the nerfs, the buffs. It's been a great season since Tuesday. So honestly, I think that's the only thing I'm unhappy with, and that's just me being kind of a whiner about it.
Here we go. Teams are moving closer. Let's see if we can get something going on here.
EOS is really hunting this game, which I really like to see. I'm going to stay on board with them for 1 second. I did just get a question about something from one of the players, so I want to just handle that real quickly.
Yeah, not a problem. We'll keep our eyes here on EOS. And what really makes me wonder is, like, if you look at the kill feed and you see a team like TSM go down that are, you know, very talented, do you see that and go like, hey, you know, like, they're out, maybe we'll push a little heavier? I mean, that might be even a call you think of doing.
So there's something really cool that we have access to do here in Apex Legends, and that's one, they basically call it tournament mode. You set it up in the very beginning. So while we have the access to see all those players' names in the kill feeds, the actual players in-game, all they're going to see is the legend name and a bunch of random numbers. So it could be you know, Bloodhound 1234, it could be Bloodhound 9721. So you don't actually know when players die, and it kind of, it takes the edge of, you know, who you're potentially fighting, and it keeps that edge there. You know, it's not like, oh, I just saw TSM die, poof, I'm pushing to TSM spot because now I know there's a team there. So it kind of keeps the griefing a little bit to a minimum, and it's one of my favorite features in Apex Legends, honestly.
Wow, yeah, that is actually really good feature to have. I like it. Okay. You know, I can handle the player questions. There may be wrong answers, but, you know, I can handle it.
It's more so my inability to type, I promise.
There we go.
I have a team whose their score wasn't showing up, so I was just looking to see kind of where that went. But I think I have it all fixed.
Perfect. Well, just in time, because EOS is about to get busy.
Which is great. We'll jump right on with Stanner. She gets ready to push up top. Gonna potentially shoot the thermal drill off from range. I like the angle she just took on that. No one's really broken.
They really want this.
No one's really broken first blood on this yet, but it does look like Lust is in a push here. Samurai, Cutie, and Toucan not able to really capitalize off the fight just yet. Cutie's gonna go for the R301 shots up close, able to down Renee. Renee, the one solo member who basically took down TSM early on, so you do have to keep an eye on that for sure. Gonna go for a couple of those hipfire shots and able to take it all down. Unfortunately, she might die to zone. He is. She's gonna die to zone. She didn't have enough. She got one shot herself, and unfortunately, both teams gonna die out in zone. So that is best case scenario for the rest of the lobby. The one team that takes down TSM. Here we do see Gwen, Kimura, and Nadi getting ready to get into a fight. Keep an eye on them. You do hear the Bloodhound ult come out. Nadi's going to beautifully break that Wraith up top. Nadi getting ready to push up from the side. They do lose Gwen, so they're going to be fighting Team Sirens. Oh, she does get the stick with the Arc Star, so that's going to do a little bit of damage. Able to break the Seer. Give off a little bit of information. She's going to throw that Loba bracelet. Teleport to the end of where she throws it. But does actually look like here comes Team Passion. Giggle Autumn with the charge rifle. The one gun that I have to drop for Tunda next time we play Apex.
Yep, that's the one. Well, no, not one. That one and the Kraber. You know, I gotta try both.
That one, you know, it just makes sense. You know, I want you to have a fair advantage. You know, shooting some of these kids in pubs.
Yeah. I'm gonna start my Apex Legend career with you, Maz. We're gonna do this.
All right, done. 100 hours to masters. Here we go. It does look like they're... I don't think they've seen... I don't know where Kamor is right now. I'll jump to Nadia, and I'll swap over to Kamor. Okay, so she was downed. So Nadia is actually going to go for the rotation, the long haul, make her way around this, loop in from the south, and kind of have an, excuse me, a little bit of a different angle on Team Passion as they set up just outside of zone. They're going to...
They'll be ready for it.
Go for a little looting. Nadia actually made her way down. They're not really sure where she had run off to, but they know that they hadn't seen the full team eliminated. There goes another charge rifle out. You can only assume that's going to be Giggle Autumn from long range. I'm just going to find a couple extra heals, but we'll jump down into zone. So a beautiful southern pull here. I love a zone that involves tree. So this railway right here is actually completely underground and offers this beautiful little tuck away for a team that you might not really suspect. So I do love the fact that that's going to be in zone.
If you look right up north there, it looks like Team Sirens and have a team coming from behind them.
None other than Team Need 301, the one team that could not really break away from Gwen, Kamor, and Nadi on Storm Point. They've managed to do so here on World's Edge, so it's great to see them almost breaking top 10. Gonna hit what I'm assuming is Giggle Autumn's barrel. I think Giggle was the only caustic I'd seen in here. Two caustics. But the nice thing about that, if you are Giggle Autumn, you now know there's a team rotating through Harvester. She's going to get those damage
it looks like they
cues.
actually went separate.
They did. They split up just a little bit. Dopey's going to catch a couple of those charge rifle shots from range. There comes the first break from Jen with so much passion.
So much passion.
It's more passion than you can imagine.
Oh, it's so much passion.
This is a brand new Jen. A couple weeks ago, it was Jen with passion. Now it's Jen, but with so much passion. I can't wait to see how much passion she has next.
Yeah, it'll definitely be so much passion.
I hope so. Beautiful Wraith portal came through out of that team that could potentially have played spoiler to passion, Team Sirens. They were able to get down inside this building with ease. Gonna be able to pick up a couple extra grenades, a little bit of extra loot. Not seeing anything come through on the heartbeat, so she's gonna throw out her ult. Now this is gonna show, if you're standing and moving, it's gonna show that little like gold diamond that you can see there. So it's gonna give away crucial information as to where the teams are. Now if you're crouching inside of that ult, you're basically invisible. So it was a kind of a surprising push there out of Passion to push in basically full force. This isn't a fight you have to take just yet, so hopefully Passion makes the right call and comes out on top of this. But Sirens do have this building relatively hunkered down as of now.
That way. Let's move.
And Angie actually able to rotate on top of this building without giving away her position. Going to do a little bit of damage before she falls back in. Passion's going to be setting up for not only the initial push, but the secondary push. UTFT getting ready to join the fight.
Yeah, it looks like they're setting up for that third party.
Setting up for the third party. You see EOS popping off in the kill feed. We'll jump down to them real quick. I do want to see what they're doing. They are inside of where these next zones are going to pull. Stanner sitting nice and comfortably with another kill. Let's get that added to her name. OMG girl from the Los Toxicas. Looking to capitalize on some placements. They've had a couple issues over on Storm Point. They're hoping to just better their scores a little bit. They've already done so by getting to 10th. Securing themselves 2 placement points. She's going to get out of dodge real quick. And unfortunately, she didn't take the time to put on a shield before. And that's going to be at Nia, able to eliminate OMG Girl. The Las Toxicas have been eliminated. We do see Miss Dopey fall in the kill feed. Not something I expected to see right now, but Passion kind of in a pinch here. You do have Pretty Bond on one side. You've got Narnia and Co. on the other. For a spot you really want to be, you've only got a couple different loot bins to really hide behind. Good shots out of Jen, though, with that car. keeping an eye on everything here. Just want to make sure that we're not going to miss any crucial fights as we get towards the latter half of this game. We are a minute 20 out from the round 4 closure. This might be the most heads-up play out of Pretty Bond Girl. Knew that the teammates were on opposite sides of the bins, separated the teammates, and then pushed in. Such a heads-up play out of Nice Girls.
Heads-up play.
Pretty Bond is damaged. Crestep is taking some damage. She's going to want to back up just a little bit. Nice Girls kind of might have caught themselves off guard a little bit. Team Passion able to survive that push. Yeah, so that's kind of what happens when you walk through that. Turns your screen kind of black and white. You don't get the advantage of having a Bloodhound ult where it turns, you know, your enemies red. It just, everything goes black and white. Contrast is very minimal.
Yes.
So to see them survive that, amazing. And that's going to be a no-no zone, Jen. You know that. You can't go there. EOS sitting comfortably. They've got Tree pretty much locked down. It does look like Team Sirens is going to become... So Sirens is directly above Team 16. We're sitting directly above them. And until... I feel like Gwen shoots this off, I don't think they're going to realize there's a team below them. Kimura watching the back angle. Going to kind of just keep an eye on maybe where these players could potentially be. Sirens do have an idea that there's a player down there. They're just not sure if that player is going to push up yet. And as the circle gets ready to close, Nia has to get in zone. EOS has to get their full team in zone. And we are going to see a battle here. Chemistry kind of just looking for a little bit of a ledge to sit on top of.
Target spotted.
That would be a cheeky little drop down into the tunnel there. Does look like EOS was taking those shots. Probably Stanner from range. That drill being utilized quite a bit today. We've gotten to see so much of that thermal drill. Team Passion, Crestep. Getting ready to push in. Gonna take down that caustic barrel. Ouch, doing a little bit of damage. Able to down one through.
Oh my gosh.
Nice Girls were able to regroup on that fight so perfectly. Crestep able to just
ball
right through the Catalyst wall. Beautiful play. Beautiful play out of Nice Girls to take down Team Passion right there. Like I said, they were in a little bit of a pinch, unfortunately. Vafe and Nia. I did see Vafe just down and final Gwen. So Kimura and Nadi going to be playing as a duo down below. They do have eyes on that player over there. Vafe just not ready to waste those resources yet. Only 224 light rounds left. And she's currently sitting on 2 light ammo guns. So definitely going to want to hold that off for the time being. Nia just waiting for somebody to come through that portal. No one's going to. That portal does last about 15 seconds less than it did on Monday. So it's going to take a little bit of time for some of these players to get used to. Kimura pushes in. Nia takes down one. You see Odd fall from EOS. And Kimura and Nadi will fall in 7.
Here we go. 6 squads left.
Nia and Vape looking good. Here comes the Nice Girls looking to defend their little push through. Gonna try and hit a couple of these flick Peacekeeper shots. Able to break the Mad Maggie. Gonna use that shield to play around. Seer goes down. Crestep couldn't keep it alive as the Nice Girls are eliminated. Sirens come out on top. But here comes the third party for Sirens. Yeah, Kai has no...
Look like a good spot.
It's not the best spot to be in, but Kai has no idea the one player that was getting ready to push them was solo. Now here comes the duo. Going to do a little bit of damage from far. Kai just trying to stay alive. Has the thermal drone in her pocket. Has not shot it just yet. Gonna try and take a little bit of time to get this med kit off. Team Gang eliminated in the kill feed. You see Nia fall. Here comes that push. It's going to be beautiful shots. Yeah, right there. Beautiful shots out of Kai. Able to eliminate Team Chemistry. A 1v2 to keep Team Sirens in it and in the top 3.
That timing to peek back around that crate. Oh my goodness.
Just a heads-up play out of Sirens to keep things alive. You know there was screaming in that voice channel.
Oh yeah, 100%. I would have been screaming.
Granted, I didn't have neighbors. I agree that I would too. All right, so we do have Team JNY versus Sirens versus EOS. We are in this final zone, so in 1.5 minutes, this game will be wrapped. So those of you a little newer to Apex Legends, this final zone, it will close at a very slow pace, kind of, you know, giving you a little bit of a scoot along the back, a good old, hey, let's keep moving type of deal. This will move in over the next 1.5 minutes until there's essentially no circle left. This late in the game, there's no possible use for really anything other than, you know, small quick meds unless you're able to get away, kind of heal up. Right now, JNY does have the knowledge of where every final team is, but a beautiful thermal drill just came out, which I'm believing is going to be from Exodia right here. Yes, she does have the Mad Maggie ult. She's going to throw out that ball. That ball will create a couple speed zones so her and her teammate can run against those, use those as speed boosts. It's also going to knock back any opponents if it does hit them. Throws that out, throws the drill through. Oh, she shot the drill at herself. This very well could be it for EOS. We're going to jump on board Sirens. The 1-3 stack.
Oh, man. They got the spot. It's rough.
All thanks to some beautiful outplays earlier. Team Sirens looking to close this one out from an upper advantage. Sirens take game 3 with a style point added in for that win.
Game 3. Oh, man. And you know what's crazy is at one point, Team Sirens, when they were coming down, had they gone straight and not took that left that we were watching, they would have been in a battle way earlier. But they took that turn, they came around the long way, and here they are at the end of the game.
An amazing game out of Team Sirens. It actually bumps them up into the top 5. A disgusting sight. I will get you those scores as well so we can talk on those in a little bit. Once we get back, we will take a quick break before dropping into game number 4. So we will see you soon. All right, we are here with game number 4 of the Empire Women's Invitational. We've got a 250,000, or not 250,000. That's a little much. $250 prize pool up for grabs today. And the leaderboard, I might say, is shaping up to be a little bit interesting. Tunda, talk to me about scores.
Yeah, we're looking really good. Star is at first, but actually tied for first with EOS with 37 points for both of them. And rounding out third place is Nice Girls with 32. So this game is going to make a difference.
So after that game, Sirens did move their way up into the top 5, which is the team that just won there. Beautiful plays out of Sirens. They not only made top 5, they bumped themselves over TSM, which is currently in 5th with 23. Sirens sitting at 4th with 30, excuse me.
Maz, if you look real quick, TSM is in a fight.
TSM is in a fight yet again, and I'm guessing this has to be Lust. Lust and TSM, they do show on the drop locations map, which we set up before the players. Did show them kind of dropping that same area. Janie is going to go for a couple of those P2020 shots. Land one, does get downed by the Mozambique from Karena. And here we go, we've got Ava Lee. She is playing the Lifeline support character. Looks like she's opted to back up and back out. I think right now, the current spots, the way the scores are shaping up, it's a heads-up play from Ava. Just back up. You want to at least make sure you can get some placement points for your team.
Yeah, I mean, they drop. 2 of them are down, and it's time to get back up. We need points here.
Do so. We'll keep an eye. We'll come back and we'll keep an eye on Ava. We'll see what she's going to be up to. Keeping an eye this northwestern part of the map, Skyhook. Very, very important POI up here. We've got 3 different teams that really land in this area between Countdown and Skyhook. So there is a lot of loot in this area to go through and spread across your team, but you have to make sure you're getting it and obviously not the other teams that are rotating behind you and coming up, to potentially third party a fight. So interesting to see. Passion yet again landing Skyhook. Giggle's probably going to make her way over to Trials, as we've seen before. Winx and Co. landing on the eastern side of Skyhook. So we'll see what comes out of this for everybody. All right, does look like you see here, Ava Lee has opted to back up. She's going to take as much time as she needs to just go through and heal up. I like the play on her part to just kind of go tree. So this is another brand new feature that we just got to see. It was added in Tuesday with the Season 16 update. You're able to, even if you're far away from your teammates, you're able to craft their respawn banners. We have not seen that before in Apex. It is brand new. They're going to revolutionize BRs the way that this is coming in. You don't have to sit there and worry about banner campers. It's a beautiful feature added in, as we just got to see Ava Lee use it. Sabs and Janie back in business. They're in tree. There's plenty of loot. There's a crafting station. They're looking pretty good right now if they're able to get out of here with a little bit of loot. And still no real breakout fights just yet. Everyone kind of keeping semi-quiet.
Everybody looks very separated now.
Everyone's real separated. They know that going into this, these final 2 games, those placement points, those kill points are going to be a little bit more crucial. And we should see Passion get ready to jump into a fight here shortly. Jen with so much passion does spot out an enemy. Dopey does spot out an enemy. They're going to go top of this building here. One of the taller buildings in Skyhook. Going to get eyes on, potentially access that. There goes the thermal drill yet again. Dopey's been loving that all day long. You see that team pop up top there. Another good charge rifle shot comes through. Who is actually running that charge? All right, so it's going to be Chalice.
That little head glaze they're holding over there. Oh,
Yeah, but it's probably one of my favorite spots in Skyhook. If not the tallest POI that you can actually take in Skyhook. Right across from the second tallest POI. It's another multi-tiered building that they're sitting over right here on Team Chemistry. They've got 3 different levels. You've got under the stairs. You can play on different corners. And setting up things defensively correct, I mean, you're able to fit probably 4 teams on this building before all hell really breaks loose. Shots are just going to keep raining through. They're just looking for a little bit. Sirens could potentially be running into Team Nice Girls here. Sierra's just trying to climb a couple rocks, going to take one of these high point vantage points. Able to climb these so damn well.
Well, That's a Warzone rock right there.
Say, unfortunately, not able to get up that last rock, but everyone probably making the same assumption that this circle is getting ready to pull northwest. Need 301 is in a fight. They went for the fake res just to try and pull out these other teams. Gonna miss a couple shots out of MPIRE. Candy slides down, hip fire, flatline. Does down one, unable to make it happen. Need 301 eliminated. Capivara comes out on top. 12 squads left in game number 4.
Ooh, man, now that we're gonna start getting some battles here, it's gonna really count. I mean, we're on the second to the last map. You want to choose your fights wisely, you know.
You want to choose your fights wisely indeed. Going into this latter portion, once we get into round 2, we've already seen some third parties take place, so things are going to start to get spicy. So in the little bit of downtime we have left, Tunda, with Empire, what are you currently looking for? Are you looking for, specific teams, rosters, games? What's the next step for Empire Gaming?
Yeah, so we are expanding. We are looking at a few games. One of which I kind of mentioned was Apex. Apex is 100% on my radar. But with Apex, like I said, I'm not looking for a regular Apex team. I want an all-female Apex team. I want to see them go to the ALGS and show these guys that girls can compete and they're here. And let's get out there and let's show it to the world, you know?
It's great to hear. I mean, as we talked about earlier on in stream, TSM signed Janie, Ava, Sabs. Huge pickup for TSM, despite, Sabs has kind of made it clear that as a group, they're not looking to compete under the TSM banner. Sabs does play under Phoenix Legacy, which is kind of an unsigned team with a couple different EU players. But getting more females into the ALGS, having them qualify, having them go to LAN, just an amazing slate to potentially even think about. But thinking about a team Empire Gaming team on LAN. Now that's something you want to think about. I mean, that's something you want to dream about.
Oh yes. We put them in some Empire jerseys, get them out to a LAN, and like you said, in the ALGS to have 3 girls walk in and show these guys what's up. I can't wait for it. It's gonna be here. It's gonna happen.
Team Sirens getting ready to take an engagement with TSM. We do see Nice Girls eliminated much earlier than anticipated in the kill feed. They're going to settle for 12th in game number 4. Do you just want to keep an eye on Sirens? What's taking place here with TSM? I'm going to... Where am I? There I am. So, okay, so that's Janie was the one sitting top center that actually got Seer passive right there. She wasn't able to get that full heal like she wanted. Is able to pick up that purple Evo shield. Getting closer and closer to that red Evo, just looking for a little bit of potential breakthrough action. It just hasn't come their way yet. TSM also staring down the face of a third party right now. They're unaware this player is going to be coming over from the right-hand side. Here comes the Seer ult. It's going to show you where all those footsteps are. 2 arc stars go out. Beautiful grenades from Angie. Angie does take some damage. Sierra takes some damage. Sierra the one keeping things alive for game number 3. Angie's going to be going 1v3 and is not able to make it happen as TSM got that first initial armor break and just led from there. Here comes a third party from the Las Toxicas. Zam says, you know what? I made a mistake. My bad. I'm not going to make that push. And they retreated instantly.
It's literally instant.
It's like, I laugh a little bit, but I respect nothing more than when a player kind of overextends their welcome into a fight and says, you know what? This fight's not for me. Instead of kind of ego channeling it, pushing in there, potentially dying, settling for 10th place, now they've, they're still 10th place, sure, but they've got a much better chance of lasting now that they didn't push in and, take down that TSM fight. TSM, great job taking down Sirens, the Game 3 champions. This is definitely going to mix up the scores a little bit, considering TSM was in 5th with 23. Sirens was in 4th with 30. So things are going to change now. TSM has those kill points. It's going to be an amazing leaderboard once we mix this up, especially with Nice Girls, the 3rd place team, also eliminated early on this game. So EOS and Star are going to be the 2 teams to watch.
Yeah, and I gotta respect the play to, like you said, to back off. That's not me. So when we play, I'm sorry, Maz, I will be dying because I would ego everything.
Well, great news. You'll be reviving me in the process because I play like I'm a member of TSM myself. I get a little warmed up and I get a little bit ego hungry. You know, I'm pushing fights that I just have no business taking.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. Oh, we're in trouble.
You know what? It'll be good for content. It'll be good for
It
content,
will.
and that's
It
about it.
will.
We'll be flying across the map, just going for ridiculous shots. It'll be a good time. EOS kind of taking one of these taller POIs over here, Eastern Skyhook. It's another one of those 4-story buildings. There's a zip line inside. There's different levels integrated within. So plenty of spots to hide. But they are just kind of looking to wait out this round 2 closure. Wait to see where circle number 3 actually spawns. And once that circle spawn, maybe then we think about that rotation. You know, some of these girls play this game so much you can kind of predict where this zone's going to pull. This one, I'm personally predicting it's just going to pull more into Skyhook. You don't see many countdown endings, and it is, quite frankly, Skyhook's such a blast to watch those end games on, so we'll see where that pulls here in another 10 seconds. But
You know, just
everybody
a
relatively
side
quiet.
note. Side note for you, we got Life Water in the chat saying "Go Mazita, go."
Life Water, that he's a character, I tell you. So it does pull right up into Skyhook. I know. If anybody would like to buy a lottery ticket today, I'll give you the numbers. But it does pull up into Skyhook. We've seen this zone time and time again, even across the events, you know, over the past couple months. Skyhook ending's very, very popular. I'm also a huge fan of them just because there's so many different buildings. There's so many different angles you can take. So setting up here is going to be an absolute blast. TSM just outside of Circle. Lucid Gem just outside of Circle. But EOS, one of the teams that we do want to keep an eye on. One of the teams tied for first place with 37 points to their name.
They're about to get into a fight.
And you can see it here. Team Star playing this a little bit more of a long game. I just want to see what they've got for kills. Looks like Lucid Gem does have 3 to her name. They are in the top 10. They know they're tied for first. So you do have to keep an eye on, you know, maybe what is EOS doing? Is EOS playing a little bit more aggressively? Is EOS also playing a little bit passive, which you can see here that they are? Just making it to those late game, getting those placement points are going to be very crucial these next 2 rounds for both Star and EOS.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you're tied. We're on the second to the last game. Get those points. Get those free points if you can get position, you know?
Just heard Stanner. Stanner just actually took a bow check shot, it sounded like, but unable to connect. Wink's still sitting up top center. Team Passions rotated their way into zone. TSM made the long rotation. I love this play out of TSM. I'm not sure if they went through trials or not. But they rotated themselves up here. Kind of, it gets them just out of Skyhook, but really gives them a great vantage point. And with Janie as a Valkyrie, she's able to take her team up to the sky, relocate position, whatever they really need to do. This is a heads-up play from TSM. Here comes that rotation we were just talking about. Janie's going to go airborne.
Here we go.
All right, so they're looking to land train station roof. I don't believe there was anybody train station. There's not. Totally uncontested. No one's thought to grab this out of zone just yet. If you loved the head glitch earlier, you're going to love the heady here from TSM. Able to keep themselves pretty much safe. Back of the zone's going to be right against their back. Except for Sabs, because Sabs wanted to go down bottom. Unless Sabs is actually just checking out the building, which could be a heads-up play out of Sabs. Utilizing this building, 3 different levels you can hide on. 4 if you count the very lack of a basement. You wouldn't be able to hide much in there. You'd probably get pushed and die, but... Alright, so we do see Team Star. One of the 2 first-place teams. Looking for a little bit. Still 10 teams left, 3 kill points to their name, so sitting on 5 points this game. And I don't remember what EOS was on. I don't think EOS had any. So currently, as the game is, Star is going to come out on top of this. At least this specific tiebreaker will jump on... I was trying to jump on Passion. I thought they were getting ready to go into a fight. They were, but we didn't get there in time. Las Toxicas will be eliminated. Jen with so much passion, able to pick up a Kraber. Stay on Jen for a little bit, see if she can put up a nice little clip for us.
She's really been showing that passion. Let's see that passion now.
It's so much passion.
So much passion. It's unbelievable.
Miss Dopey was actually just taking a good amount of fire from the Wraith around that wall. Here comes the portal.
Hostile spotted.
This could be the shot out of... Just misses. Aimed a touch low. Jen kind of pre-timed that just a touch too much as she took some shots. Definitely threw her aim off just a touch. Jen able to retreat, get back inside. Giggle's going to set up